wanted to congratulate you on your induction as an artist in the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. Welcome to the hallowed halls of the Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much.
Sean Croghan.
Yes.
Well, let's go back to the 80s Portland, if we could, and notably the punk scene when you were with Cracker Bash.
Yes.
And a lot of people remember Cracker Bash. Reflect for me on the vibe of the city at that time. You know, punk sounds were exploding everywhere.
Yeah, they were, and it was a time of change. It was also a time of influx. There was a lot of people moving into the city, and there had been an established scene that had been going on for quite a few years.
What kind of scene was that, the established scene?
Well, it was like, an underground hardcore punk music, and a lot of the bands that had been around from that initial time when it had started in the late 70s. So it was a time kind of like where there was lots of newer, younger people getting involved, and lots of newer, younger people moving to the city because Portland was still an affordable place and it was exciting. And so a lot of the clubs were the sound was changing. So there was new energy and lots of young energy. And so the small clubs, the all-age clubs were exploding. And because of the national attention to underground music, it kind of increased the attention for local bands, and so there was a lot more young people coming out for those shows.
Yeah, when I think of the late 70s, I think of, anything from the Sex Pistols to Clash to all the seminal names of that sound, and it could happen here, it could be seeded here.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this was an industrial town, it was a working class town, so it was very blue collar, and there was lots of that kind of politics that was revolved around that scene as well, so yeah. Definitely so.
You've been ranked alongside guys like Elliott Smith and Pete Krebs, local heroes. And I like that reviewers have compared you to the king of intellectual pop, Elvis Costello, who I just mentioned. How does that make you feel when you read something like that? Like, ooh, now I got to live up to that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm very humbled. I mean, I wouldn't put myself in the category with any of those gentlemen. I respect all three of those people that you just mentioned, and I admire them, and I've been inspired by their work, but I've always considered myself more of a performer and less of a musician in that sense.
And what does that mean, more of a performer and less of a musician?
My comfortable spot is on stage, and so yeah, that's what I like, to be in front of an audience and being in that moment. So definitely sitting down with a guitar and writing was not as easy as it was for some of my friends.